Kurogo is a kind of roles in Japanese traditional theater like kabuki and ningyō-jōri stages for helping actors or puppet operators as a role of an ear or the nothing. So I'm nothingness itself and a kind of invisible power. Here, I will introduce some ancient words of the Japanese language. And they are not today's practical Japanese words. If you want to study practical ones, it is better to study them on other sites. We had 50 basic Japanese sounds, and each sound has each meaning and power, of which name is kotodama. Perhaps something common in your language may also come up. Surely, the origins of words or syllables have some various opinions, arguments, and rumors every time. But I will show you some of them that I researched. In addition, this video includes my viewpoints. Okay, anyway, enjoy this one as an entertainment, please. Our Japanese alphabet have an order. I intended to introduce to you Japanese words in this order before, but I have changed my thought since this video. I will show you the words in other order. Today's sounds are wa, i, i. Today's first word is wa. What image of wa? Surprising someone, he or she says wa. When upsetting, wa 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 wa. When surprised, wow. Like this, there are many kinds of wa voices. Wa is one of voices that's when he or she can't understand the situation in front of him or her. Someone said suddenly without any thought. After pursing your lips, open your mouth wide and say wa from the back of your throat. According to Akimasa Yamakoshi, wa mainly means appearing based on synthesizing and harmonizing. Originally, wa has the image of something intricated with the bent smalls. But even if these bundles are bent and cluttered, it will become a tight and fine ring finally. This is a meaning of wa. In ancient Japan, wa was important. That is to say, wa means personal connection and harmony in families, villages, towns, societies, and communities. In other words, it is to read the atmosphere of its place. Also, wa, ri, wu, we, wo in the wa ro is treated as a half vowel, which is a kind of a vowel class. When I show you some of old words that start with wa, they are wa, waku, waki, waza, wasa, waroshi, wa. Wa represents something bent, as I said. If this bent state is connected to other ones neatly, it will become a fine ring, which we say wa. And the word wa also means one part. Therefore, waku means to part something apart. Or it also means to blow out from inside to outside. For example, the junction where the arms are separated from the body are called waki, which are armpits. Waza is the situation. Many things curved, bent, which are wa, are mixed complicatedly, because it handles such complicated states and situation. It becomes waza. If this waza is sophisticated and someone carry out something quickly, this situation becomes called wasa, which means quickness. Today, this is pronounced as wase, which means a plant grows first. Waroshi is a state in which something are bent and very hard to handle. In this meaning, wa of waroshi also means turning. Since wa is not straight, it means that it is not formal, which also means not public. In other words, it is a private matter, so wa means also myself. Besides, ware means oneself in general, but from the meaning of the other side of me, sometimes ware is also used as an opponent. From the view of kotodama, the word wa becomes a pair of the word of a. In this way, wa is something intricately entangled with a small and non-straight bends, and eventually becomes a ring with harmony. Or wa has the power to return to the beginning, to become a ring. Next is I. In Japanese, when refusing something, we say ie or ie. And as a Japanese ancient word, we say iza, which means let's. About your pronunciation, spread your lips to the side and tense your throat a little to pronounce I. I is said to have the power for reaching somewhere. I originally meant taboo or refusal. Therefore, I is used as a meaning of denying in Japanese, which is ina or iya. These taboo and refusal are related to life-threatening, so it would finally connect to cleansing, sanitation, purification, and exorcism. Some of old words that start with I are iku, iki, ikashi, and ine. At first, iku. It's meant to live with impurity, taboo, and mourning. And ancient Japanese had lived for trying to avoid them. From such reason, the word of it, namely bless, is derived. And it also meant breath of ki, which is a kind of energy from nature for living. And when the situation of iku was very strengthened and had become powerful, it changed ikashi. For example, ikatsui, which means looking very strong, is still used today. Moreover, ikatsuchi, which means a very powerful power, refers to thunder today. In addition, this ikashi means a big momentum, and so it's related to ikai, that is anger. Ine means vice. The word I means living or impurity, and ne means the most important thing. In other words, ine is one of the important things to live in the world which impurity exists. Totally, it's considered that I has a power of the will for making effort to struggle the life, including impurity, and to live purely and correctly. Next is I. This doesn't have any interjection. As an image, it seems being there. Currently, it has the same pronunciation as I, but it's simply originally. About pronunciation, after the lips narrowed, spread the lips to the side with tensing your throat a little and pronounce it we. It mainly has a power for becoming something in harmony and arriving somewhere. Other books said that it also means stopping, ending, or sitting. It means basically gathering and existing there. For example, here are two of meaning of I, which is the well and the boar. The well stocks water in. The wild boar is an animal that flocks to the mountains. Iru is a bring a group together. Yamau means a kind of respect, which means that when you stay in the line, you wait for your turn and stay there, and behave calmly. That is to say, such behave is a respect for others around you. It means staying and existence itself, and it seems to have a power and will for bounding all things and keeping them. So much for today. I will come back and see you the next. See ya.